Inquiring minds want to know, and I'm that kind of guy. Remember they used to say that in the TV commercial? Inquiring minds want to know. Say that in the National Enquirer commercial. Inquiring minds want to know. Well, I have an inquiring mind, and I want to know. I need to know about this. It's on my mind. I need to hear your stories. I need to hear the details. I need to hear the dirt, the juice. I need it. In fact, I know everybody listening has that same voracious appetite, that same bloodthirstiness we need to be fulfilled. I need to be fulfilled. I'm going to talk only to women this hour. And here's what I want to find out from you, ladies. You are living with a guy or you're married, and you recently had a one-night stand. Maybe it'll turn into a two-night stand or a two-week stand. Maybe you'll never do it again. Maybe you feel terrible guilt. But you did it. It's funny watching all the phone lines were lit. Then I explained what the topic was. Then all the phone calls dropped off, and now you can see them starting to light up again. These are the new people who now know what the topic is. So I need the dirt. I need to know how you decided to do this. I need to know which friends of yours knew about it before you did it. I need to know how many people got the dirty details. I need to know about your boyfriend or husband, Poindexter, the guy who, the only guy who doesn't know what happened, right? He's the only one who doesn't know. Everybody else knows. Your best friend, your mother, your sisters, your friends from high school. Everybody knows except Poindexter, the guy who sat home that night when you got home, you had dinner made for you, after you're busy humping and pumping with somebody else. You know what I'm talking about. And then the question is, did you feel guilty when Poindexter served you your Chateaubriand? Did you not feel guilty? Did you say, God damn it, he's Poindexter, he can't get the job done. Why should I feel guilty about this? I want to know what kind of mental gymnastics you've gone through. I want to know if it was just everything you thought it would be. I want to know if it was absolutely terrible. So not only did you feel guilty afterwards, but it was so lousy and so didn't live up to what you thought it was going to be. Now you feel guilty and you didn't even get anything out of it. So if you are female, if you have a vagina and you want to call in and tell me this story, I want to hear about. There you are, you're married or you have a boyfriend. That's it. That's question one. When Dean screens you, he's going to have you ask you if you're married or you have a boyfriend. And the next thing he's going to ask you is whether or not you had a one-night stand, preferably recently. And then we're going to find out everything that went through your mind, everything. We're going to find out what happened. You're going to take us through it step by step. Are you ready?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
There's not a day goes by where my wife and I don't come home and say, hey, well, did you hear what Tom was talking about? And get into a nice argument or discussion about it. Cool.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. The one-night stands, girls. Talking only to women. Because I'm a guy. I want to hear the chicks tell them about their one-night stands. I want to find out. I'm always fascinated with the dark side of women. I've lived on the dark side of the man, and I am fascinated with the dark side of the woman. And that's why we do this. It's Leslie on a cell phone. Leslie, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Here we are, Leslie.
Oh, yeah. Tom, I just wanted to let you know that I did have a one-night stand, and it's actually partially thanks to you.
Thanks to me. And now you have a boyfriend? You're married? What's the deal?
Yes, I do. I have a boyfriend. We've lived together for about 7 months now. We've been together for 10 months.
Uh-huh.
I've known him for like a long time. But he just wasn't satisfying me. I mean, it was like I had fantasies. He whined about fulfilling them. He was just not doing it with me.
What else was he not doing? What was he not getting done?
He just was not getting it done. It was.
Why'd you move in? Why'd you move in with a guy who couldn't get it done?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of a thing where it was like the same. I expect that a guy, after he's known me for a while, he knows my body, and I'm telling him what I want and things that I like and things I want to try and all of that. I'm one of those people, it's like, if I love you, then I want to try a whole lot of new stuff with you. But he wasn't willing to do that, and it was just like, it wasn't doing it for me. And so a friend of his lives on the floor beneath us. So one day we were there just hanging out watching the game, and next thing I know, we were just getting it on.
Now, where was your boyfriend at the time?
Actually, he had just left and went out of town.
Really?
Really.
So you were sitting there with his...
and went out of town.
You were sitting there with his best friend?
Yeah.
Sitting there with his best friend watching a game.
Yeah.
And then you started getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
How was it?
His friend is hot.
His friend is hot. All right. But sometimes a guy is hot and then he can't get the job done. You know that.
That is so true, but he had the full package.
He did.
He had the full package.
And he knew what to do.
He knew what to do.
And he did.
And that is just like, because, I mean, he doesn't even know me like that. I mean, he doesn't know my body. He doesn't know what makes me feel good. But, yeah, he can make me feel better than my man.
Really? So you did this one time?
I did this one time.
How did you feel afterwards, besides feeling physically satisfied? How did you feel mentally?
Well, when my boyfriend came back in town, I kind of felt guilty for about an hour that he came back because he was, like, so happy to see me and everything.
Yeah.
But then after that, I just started thinking, and then we had sex, and it just was not up to par, and I was just like, the guilt just left.
It did?
The guilt just left in. And so my boyfriend, he's going back out of town this Friday, and I'm thinking that one night stand is about to turn into part 2.
Now let me ask you a question. Why do you stay with your boyfriend if he can't get the job done?
Actually, to be honest, at this point, I am on my way out, Tom. It's just like you say. If a person does not like effing you, then it's over.
I don't know how people do it. I don't know how or why they do it. You know, you're with somebody and they can't get the job done in bed, and you try to tell them what to do, and they don't listen, or they don't care, they don't want to put in the effort, or they don't understand what you're talking about. Why are you with them? I don't get it. I don't understand that. Why do people do it?
I'm out.
Yeah, I know.
I'm out.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I am out. I don't like effing him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not doing it for me. I'm out.
So do you have a time scheduled to do this? Do you know when you're going to do it?
That I'm out, I'm guessing about 30 days, long enough for me to find somewhere else to stay.
Are you going to be effing him in the meantime?
I doubt it. If I am, I'm going to be doing his friend, too. Now, if he wants to join into that thing, then, hey, maybe we can work something out.
So the possibility is you'll do his friend, and then he'll come back, and then he'll want to do you, and he'll be so happy to see you because he's such a nice guy. And then you'll be taking your clothes off and going, okay, here I am, but you're not into it.
I'm really not into it, but I'm guessing somebody's going to tell him eventually because his brother knows, and his brother's girlfriend knows, and a couple of the people that live in the building that we live in.
You don't even care if he finds out.
I really don't. I'm out. I mean, mentally, I've left already.
Wow.
Mentally, I've already left. I'm just still physically there.
Wow, wow, wow. It's hardcore. All right, Leslie, well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. There she goes. Talking only to women here, 1-800-5800-TOM. It's the one-night stand you had. You're married or you're living with someone, okay? And you had a one-night stand. I want to hear all the dirty details. Marie, hello. Marie.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement, Marie?
I didn't hear you say my name.
I said it twice. Now I've said it 3 times.
Pardon me? Yes, I did have a one-night stand.
Well, first of all, are you married?
I've been with my female partner for about 11 years.
11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been happy?
Happy with the companionship, not happy sexually.
How long have you been unhappy sexually?
5 years.
Why'd you stay?
We have children.
Oh, are these from marriages, or did you create? You adopted them? You created them?
Artificial insemination.
Oh boy.
My biological children.
Oh boy. Oh, boy. So you stay together for the kids.
Yes.
All right, so what happened?
I was on a business trip, and I met someone, and this was a man. By the way.
Man. You met a man.
Yes.
So wait, how far away did you go? Where were you?
I was in a different state.
Well, you're anonymous. We don't know who you are. I mean, how far away were you?
About 400 miles
Oh, okay. All right.
from home.
Okay. Vegas, Phoenix, blah, blah. Okay.
Well, yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix. Right? You're in Phoenix. You live in OC. You're in Phoenix. And where'd you meet this guy? The lobby bar of the hotel? Where'd you meet him?
Yes.
Met him at the lobby bar.
A lobby bar of the hotel.
All right. Now, you told him you were a lesbian?
I told him that I had been in a relationship with a woman for a long time, and
like most guys, he said, great.
yeah, well, they all say that. Yeah, it definitely piques their curiosity.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And it didn't seem to matter, and so there we went.
So, I mean, when you went to the lobby bar, did you have it in mind to pick up a guy, pick up a chick? Or did you just think you were going down to have a beer or what?
Yeah, I went to have a drink.
Uh-huh.
I had never done that before.
Really? So did he initiate it or you?
There was this sort of mutual flirtation going on, and, a few drinks and more flirtation, and one thing kind of leads to another.
And you went to his room or yours?
Mine.
Yours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, when's the last time you were the man?
Prior to that, more than 10 years.
More than 10 years.
Yeah.
What was it like, Marie?
It was fabulous.
Was it really?
Well, I was feeling that that's what I needed for a long time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it just kind of reminded me of what I had been missing.
That's what you've been missing?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I don't feel guilty.
Tell me why.
Why I don't feel guilty?
Yes.
Well,
I'm not saying you should feel guilty. I'm just wondering why you don't.
I think my partner, actually, she said as much. If it were a man, it wouldn't bother her.
Oh.
But if it were another woman, that would be a problem.
So you kind of had a free pass. At least in your mind you did.
Well, but I still wouldn't tell her. I wouldn't. Because I think that would hurt.
Uh-huh.
Even though she says that, yes, I want to know, I don't think that's really true.
So did you go on with them all night or for an hour? What'd you do?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Banging away.
Of course.
Are you a screamer or a moaner?
I do a little of both, or a lot of both.
A little of both. Now, when you're at home, does she strap one on, or was this first time for this in a long time?
This was the first time with this in a long time.
And it was immediately felt like home, like riding a bicycle.
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly like riding a bicycle, which it sort of is anyway, Because honestly, before I was with my partner, I was almost exclusively with men. It's funny how things happen that way.
Now, do you even know this guy's name?
I know the name he told me. It doesn't matter.
You don't
It doesn't
care.
matter. It's not important. I will never see him again. I don't wish to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask for his number nor offer mine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a done deal.
And then when you went home, what was it like being in bed with your partner?
Well, since all we do is sleep, it's not really an issue.
So you don't have sex with your partner. When's the last time you had sex with your partner? 5 years ago?
Less than that, but it's been a while.
Wow.
Probably 8 or 9 months.
Wow. All right, so now that you've done this, would you do it again?
Yes.
Will you do it again?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So does it have to be a business trip, or will you do something?
No, it just has to be no strings attached.
Uh-huh.
It has to be, you don't need to give me your number. We don't have to go out for dinner.
Hey, Dean, this is made for you. Dino's in. Dean doesn't care what you... Don't even tell him your real name. He doesn't want to know.
It requires discretion. I won't break up my family.
Uh-huh. Well, Dean will come out there and do it. He'll take care of it. He'll get the job done.
I've heard about him.
He doesn't even want your last name, doesn't need any other information. He'll just take an email address. You can give him a Hotmail address. He doesn't care.
What does he look like?
Dean? Dean's a hot-looking guy. Dean's one of these guys who looks gay, but he isn't.
Oh, that's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
They're always attractive.
Right? That's what I'm saying. He only needs the rainbow sticker on his Jeep Cherokee, and that was that. His Jeep, what kind of Jeep is that? He's got that red Jeep. Oh, it's a Jeep Wrangler. Yeah. No roof on it. All he needs is the rainbow sticker. But thing is, he's not gay.
A Jeep Wrangler with no roof?
No roof.
That's a little rustic for me.
Well, he'll ride in your car. You can drive. You're a lesbian. You can drive. Do you drive a truck? Are you a truck driving lesbian?
Hell no.
No?
I drive a Jag.
Oh, so you're a lipstick lesbian.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I always look like a woman.
No dyke would drive a Jaguar. Now, we know that.
Probably not.
No.
But it's a great car.
Of course it's a great car. Absolutely. Well, if you want, I'll put you on hold. You can set it up with Dean over there.
Well, I might be too old for him.
Oh, no. How old are you? 36 like it says on the screen, or are you older than that?
36.
He's done older than 36. The great thing is no strings attached. Are you kidding? The conditions are a lot looser when there's no strings attached. I mean, don't you realize he's with these chicks who are always pressuring him for relationships? He's always telling them he's in love with them. I mean, if it's really no strings attached, believe me, he's in.
I don't want to hear it. You're not going to hear it from me. It's not happening.
Believe me, Dean is not in love with any of these women. He just tells them he's in love with them.
Oh, God, I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the thing. He doesn't want to have to do that. If there's no strings attached, if he could just do you and leave, he's in.
No strings attached.
All right, hang on there, Marie. We're going to set that right up. There you go, Dean. I'm pimping you again. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Tammy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello, Tammy.
Hello, Tom.
Hi, Tammy. What up?
So the dark side, huh?
Yes.
And you want to hear the dark side.
Yes.
Well, I was relating to your last gal that called in because I've been married a long time.
How long?
18 years.
You're only 38 years old. You married 18 years.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Got married young.
Right.
Didn't have a whole lot of experience.
Yes.
And I know you're going to say this is hypocritical. Love my husband, love my family, but, maybe it's my own problem. It's nothing to do with him, but I just love every now and then having a one-night stand.
Really? Where do you meet these guys?
I go out of town.
So you have a business? You're in business or something?
Yeah, I travel a lot, go out of town. I'm a real good-looking girl. I have no trouble meeting guys. I'm very particular and don't want to ever see him again. And most I've ever seen a guy maybe 3 or 4 times. And it's strictly fun, just to have a good time.
Unbelievable. Tammy, I'm out of time for this half hour. Thanks for the call.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles to 1-800-5800-TOM. I'm talking to women this hour who've had one-night stands recently. Maybe it's your first time you've ever done this. I want to get the whole story on it. Call me at 1-800-5800-866. Tracy on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement, Tracy?
It's a question.
A question. How do you answer the question? Hello.
I have no idea.
I see.
Wake up and smell the coffee, sister!
Now, let me guess, Tracy. You got the radio on over there.
Yeah.
And you're listening to yourself on the radio.
Yes.
And Dino told you to turn the radio off.
No one told me to turn the radio off.
Dean tells everyone to turn the radio off. You probably couldn't hear him because you had the radio turned up.
No, I wasn't told to turn the phone off.
The radio. The radio. Turn it off.
All right.
Now.
All right. It's off.
Okay. What did you call about?
I'm calling. I was married. I've been married for 3 years. It was the first guy I was ever with. We've been together since I was 16. And
That's always trouble.
Yes. I didn't know that. We are always arguing. We ended up getting into a big old argument. I left. We went out with a couple of my friends, and we went to a bar. I ran into his cousin. And I don't know, things just happened, and then his cousin...
What do you mean things just happened? What happened?
We were just drinking, and I don't know, he offered me a ride home, and...
Yeah?
One thing led to another.
No. Don't give me one thing led to another. That means you're going to leave out all the good stuff. That's like putting an apostrophe in a word. I don't want that. I want to hear the whole story. He offered you a ride home, and what happened during the ride home?
He said that he needed to stop at his place to get something. He asked me if I would like to get off. I decided, maybe I should. He got off, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, you got out, and then you went up to his place, and what happened?
And then, I don't know, just...
Yes, you do. You were there.
Well, do you want me to get graphic into it?
Yes, we'll bleep you if we have to. Yeah, she checked it out. She didn't want to tell me the story. One thing led to another. Do not say one thing led to another on this show, please. The whole purpose of the show is to find out what one thing led to another means. What is the essence of what happened? Well, I went to a bar and I saw this hot chick, and, one thing led to another, and that was it. Would you listen to a radio show like that? So this chick comes in, she's got huge breasts. And I said to her, look at that. That is the nicest rack I've ever seen. And she said, thanks a lot. Then she said, come over here. And then one thing led to another, and that was it. You would tune it out. You can't say one thing led to another, or things started to happen. No. You have to tell us what those things are, goddammit. 1-800-5800-TOM is their telephone number. I'm talking to women only this hour who've had one-night stands recently. You are married or living with a guy, but you had a one-night stand. Call me and tell me the deal. Now, Michelle hasn't done it yet, but she's about to. Michelle.
That's right.
What's your deal? You're married.
No, I'm not married. I'm almost married, and
What do you mean you're almost married?
Well, I've been living with this guy for over a year.
You've been living with him for over a year?
Yeah.
Why'd you move in with him?
Why did I move in with him?
Yeah.
It just seemed like the right thing to do, I think.
All right, how old's the kid?
How old is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's no kid involved. No.
Well, the right thing to do. Why was it the right thing to do?
Money.
Money. All right, you needed a roommate.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
So, in other words, you're not even in love with this guy. You needed a roommate.
I'm in love with him. The thing is, I think I could see marrying him, like in the future, maybe in 3 years when I'm ready to settle down. But right now I'm having this problem. I have a wandering eye lately.
Why is that? He can't get the job done?
No, that's the best part about a relationship is our sex, but there's something else. I don't know.
What's missing?
It's because I'm too young, and I just wanted to ask your advice.
What do you want to know?
What should I do?
Well, first of all, you shouldn't be living with him.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're doing that. I mean, get a roommate.
Yeah, you're right.
Seattle is full of single people who need a roommate.
Uh-huh.
Get a copy of the Seattle Weekly and find a roommate.
Okay, Tom.
I mean, that's number one.
But I need some advice on what I should do because, like, I have a date tonight with a guy.
Right.
Hot guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're gonna get it on tonight, but there might be an opportunity later. And
well, then, again, I don't see why you're living with a guy and misleading him.
Yeah, you're right.
What are you getting out of that?
Well, I just, like I said, I don't know. I think you're probably right. I'm probably mixed up, but
couldn't you just date him and get the sex, when you get it?
Yeah, maybe I rushed into things.
And then get sex from other guys the rest of the time?
I don't think he would take that.
Well,
he's he's an older gentleman, and he's...
How old is he?
He's 39.
He's 39.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to settle down.
Probably.
And you don't.
No. I'm still... there's some part of me that still needs to...
Then you got to cut him loose.
Have some adventure. But I want to have him, too. It's like
You can't. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Seattle's a small place. You will get caught.
You're right.
We spend more time in Seattle than anywhere outside of L.A. I know Seattle inside out. I see people I recognize walking down the street, okay?
Yeah, I am kind of afraid of that.
That's how small it is.
Yeah.
And here's another thing about Seattle. People with similar interests go to similar places. And there aren't that many places.
No.
Right? Where do you hang out when you go out?
Downtown.
Where?
Oh, all the bars,
Name one.
Any place.
No, well, name one bar where you hang it.
The Down Under,
Mm-hmm.
Neighbors,
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Neighbors is a gay bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's fun.
All right. Okay. Then you hang out at some of the other places, too, that I could name, right?
Medusa. Belltown Billiards.
Belltown Bottle Lounge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you see what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah.
I don't even live in Seattle, and I know if you go to one place, it's kind of like Amazon.com. When you order one book, they name 5 other books you'd like. You ever use Amazon.com?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And so you've ordered one book, and they can tell what other books you'd like?
Uh-huh.
Well, I've been to Seattle so much. If you go to one bar, I can tell you what other bars you go to.
Yeah.
Because I've been to all those bars. It's a it's a city, but it's a small town in that way.
So I gotta get my own place.
Get your own place or get a roommate. Get a roommate. Yeah. Yeah.
Have fun.
Doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Thanks a lot for your advice.
Good luck, Michelle. The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Let's say hello here to Joselyn on the cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
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 You wanted to know about a married woman who has went out on her husband.
Yeah, one night stand, preferably recently. Yes.
Yes, I have, and I've been married for over 11 years. Have a couple kids, and I guess my husband isn't really doing it for me anymore. He just hasn't been real interested, and I'm not ugly and I'm not fat. I just think that he's just got a little bored. And
well, wait a minute. You're 29 and married 11 years means you get married at what, 18?
A little before, yeah.
17.
Yeah.
This is what happens. I hope everybody listening who calls me up and says, we know what we're doing. We're not like the other couples, Tom, because we're in love and we know what we're doing. I don't know about the other people, but we know.
Well, we had a child, so, I didn't just go get married because I was in love.
But then you had another child.
Actually, yes, I did.
Actually, you had more than one?
No, I did have 2.
Oh, you have 2. And you've stayed married 11 years.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, like I said, somebody has paid attention to me, I guess, and...
Who was the person? Not his name, but I mean, how'd you meet him?
Oh, a friend, actually.
A friend said, hey, I want to set you up on a date.
No, a friend of my husband.
Friend of your husband's? Set you up?
That's who it was. He was always over at the house, and so, we just were flirty, and I'm a flirty person and friendly, and it's usually no big deal, and we just decided that, we were gonna meet one night alone, and so we did, and had sex in his car, and I went gave him oral pleasures, and then I sat on his lap a few times, and it was nice. I guess, it was what I needed, not only emotionally, but physically.
Well, now, what did that do for you emotionally? This guy who just saw an opportunity to bang you, and he took it.
Well, he keeps calling, and I told him right from the beginning, look, it's going to be purely sexual. I don't want you to, call me and tell me you miss me. I don't want you to call me and then all of a sudden tell me you love me, because I don't want that. I just basically want to, have sex and feel the way I haven't in a while. And the excitement of doing it in the car in the parking lot somewhere was just what I guess I needed.
Did you yelp, moan, or scream?
Oh, all 3.
All 3?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that anybody went by, and I didn't even care if anybody went by. I think that's what I needed to feel better about myself, only because it's been a long time since there was an excitement like that at my house. I mean, I can tell you, before, there's been a month that we did 3 times in the whole month. And so, I mean, there is life when you have reality and you have mortgages and bills. I guess it's not as exciting as if you just hardly know somebody, you don't share bills, you don't share the bathroom together, but you get together and, have a
You've never seen his stinking socks on the floor.
That's right. I don't want to see his dirty socks or anything else. I don't want to make his lunch in the morning. I just, it was exciting. And, yeah, I feel guilty, but, I guess that's one of the things. If he was paying more attention to me, I don't think I would have had to do that.
What was it like the next time you had sex with your husband?
It was odd. It was, I felt guilty for about 2 seconds, and then but yeah, I just kind of wondered if he knew, but no, he didn't.
And while you were having sex with your husband, were you envisioning his friend?
No, actually, because when I do have sex with my husband, it's great. I mean, it's really nice when it happens. And I know you've said before, it's okay to be a slut for your husband, and I always have been. I mean, I'm SOD, sex on demand. I'll do it anytime, whenever. But he's just, and maybe that's why he doesn't want it as much, because he knows he can have it whenever. And I've even tried to hold out, see if that would work. But I can't handle holding out knowing that he's willing, so.
Yikes.
I know. It's something else. So, and, I'm still young. I tell my friends I'm only 29 years old. I shouldn't be having to be living like, some old women.
So will this become a 2-night stand?
Yes, it did.
Oh, it did already?
Yeah.
How about a 3-night stand?
I don't know. I don't know if it's as exciting, now. And because I see him all the time now, and I don't know. Maybe if the mood strikes me.
Is he married?
No, and I can't say I'm planning it. Just whatever happens. I'd hate for it to ruin my marriage over it just because, we're pretty settled and stable and do well, but it would be nice if my husband would get his groove on and get things back in order.
But obviously you guys don't have enough communication to do that.
Oh, well, I tell him all the time, get your crap together.
But does he understand that if he doesn't get it together, he doesn't give you what you need, you're going to get it somewhere else? Did you tell him that?
Oh, I told him that before, and he says, oh, yeah, sure, whatever, go ahead, you won't.
Well, maybe you need to go to a counselor or a therapist or something.
Yeah. We're pretty down-to-earth, well-rounded people, and I've said that before, and he's like, I don't need to. You could be
well-rounded and still you got sexual issues in your marriage.
Yeah, and he told me, he's like, I don't need to go to a psychiatrist to tell him I need to put out more. He's like, I'm just busy and under a lot of stress, and and I'm like, that's a perfect stress relief.
And he wasn't busy before he married you?
That's exactly it. And what was funny is when we first got together, we did it like rabbits all the time, and I thought, oh, perfect. Here's somebody that can keep up. And then once we got married, it was like not as much. So.
Hang on a second there, Joselyn. Kevin, what did you want to say to Joselyn here?
Hey, I'm sorry. Your name again? Not you, Tom.
That's Joselyn.
Yeah.
Joselyn.
Mm-hmm.
For lack of a better phrase, you're nothing more than a slut. Why don't you just call yourself a slut and save some time?
And I have before. I'm a selective slut. How's that?
Good that you're not in denial. But why didn't you discuss this with your husband? You said you did, but I really find it hard to believe that if you told him, hey, I'm dead-ass serious, I'm going to go out and sleep with so-and-so, that he wouldn't have done something about it. I'm sure he would have tried to take care of business. Are you going to, if it wasn't such a big deal and you did talk to him about it before, why don't you just tell him now? Because you're afraid he'll kick your ass, that's why. It wasn't right, it ain't right, but when you guys do it, it's okay. When we do it, we're dogs and pigs, which we are anyway, and we understand that.
I don't think I'm not a dog or a pig for doing this. I think it's horrible. But
well, what the hell did you do it for? Hello?
I guess morally, Kevin, I'm not as wonderful as you are. Sorry.
No, let's get off the moral thing. I'm just saying you're professing to be one thing, and yet you're quite another. You're not even honest to your husband. You stood right there and you told Tom, well, I've discussed it with him. Well, my wife's discussed that with me too, but if I thought she was dead-ass serious, I'd do something about it.
All right, Joselyn, Kevin, thank you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.